Hello my friend, in this video I'm going to show you how you can set up, launch, and grow a successful Discord server as a musician, music artist, or creator of any type. So with that said, let's jump right into it. So to create a successful Discord server as a musician or music artist, you first need to clearly define your server's value, then map out your first channels and roles, then decide how members will find you, and then actually launch your Discord server to the world. Creating a Discord server as a musician or artist is a perfect way for engaging with your fans on a more personal level, and for creating an online community that you actually own. That, like, say, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those places that they do not own, this is a place that you actually own. Your Discord can also be a great space for your fans to feel connected to people who like similar things as them, as well as being more connected to the actual creator themselves, aka you. So before we dive into this a little bit deeper, I did want to let you know that I've also written an article on this topic, as you can see right here. So if you'd like to follow along, or if you just simply prefer the written word format, just Google Discord for Musicians Best Friends Club, and you'll get access to this ultimate setup and growth guide for free. So let's move right along. So how to plan out your Discord server. So there are 3 things you'll need to plan out before even signing up for Discord. First is what your Discord channels will be. Second is what your Discord roles will be. And third is exactly how members will discover you in the first place. So the best way to start this planning process is to clearly define the value that your server will actually provide to your fans. Once you have an initial idea of your Discord server's value, it's just a matter of quickly creating the first version of your server, launching it to the world, and then adapting it based on member feedback over time. It's important to remember that this should really be seen as an iterative process, meaning that you should plan out your server and then quickly launch it to the world and change it over time. Your fans and community will tell you what they like and what they don't like, and if they actually are engaging with you, they'll actually tell you these things. But this will make it super easy to modify your Discord server over time to actually suit their needs. You can spend months and months and months planning out the perfect Discord server, but if your fans and your community don't actually want what you planned out in the first place, then that was all just a colossal waste of time, and you could have just got started anyways. The best way to prevent wasting your time like that is to start now and evolve later based on community feedback. So with that said, let's dive into the very first step, and it's a crucial one, which is step 1, clearly defining your Discord server's value. So the very first thing you should do before even setting up a Discord server is to clearly define why anyone would want to join your Discord server in the first place. By researching or straight up asking your audience what they would like to get out of a Discord server made by you, you will have a much better idea of what channels to create, what events you want, what your Discord roles will be, all that kind of stuff. So here are some simple ideas to consider when figuring out what value you're going to create. And also, one thing I would mention before diving into this is you might want to look at things that you're already doing now as a content creator. It's kind of nice when you're first starting that it's stuff that facilitates what you're already doing, as opposed to like, okay, I'm going to start a Discord server and I'm going to have to do 15 other things to support the server in addition to what I'm already doing. And these ideas will cover that right now. So first is quite simply just giving early access to content, songs, episodes, or videos that you would be offering publicly anyway. And it's a great way to provide value without too much extra effort on your part. Another thing is behind the scenes content. So things like early drafts, works in progress, or even an all access pass to all your previously released, archived, or unreleased content. This is all stuff that you're doing anyways, or you've done already, and you can provide that as some nice value to fans right off the bat. In addition to this, you can do fan participation of content in the form of voting or something like a focus group by letting them have a say in what content you create in the form of, say, requests. So this could be they can give merch designs, ideas, what songs you should make, what songs you should cover, what kind of videos. They could vote on like song names, what songs you should release next, that kind of thing. In addition to this, you can also do additional access. So things like live chats and hangouts, live streamed rehearsals, creation sessions, jams, that kind of thing. Spending some time thinking about what your audience wants, and even consider asking them for input to really define what kind of value you can provide is key here. So it's also important to note that nailing this step will make all of the following steps so much easier to complete. So definitely take your time defining the value of your Discord server, also knowing that you can modify this and change it over time, but have a good idea of what value you're actually going to be giving to them as opposed to what you want to be taking from them. Next step 2, is to map out your initial Discord channels. So once you've clearly defined the value of what your Discord server will bring to fans, you can simply start mapping out what your channels will be. So Discord channels are the places where your fans can interact with you and each other, and these can either be text or voice chat channels. So the first 3 channels you'll need to create are general, welcome, and rules. General is for general discussion, welcome is for welcoming new members to your server, and rules is where you present all the rules so they know what they need to obey and what they can and can't do. General can also be a useful thing for kind of a catch-all discussion group. So say if you only have 2 or 3 channels about your music or something like that. General is where people can talk about anything under the sun, and that's where you might find ideas for, okay, people are talking about Dragon Ball Z a lot, so let's make a Dragon Ball Z channel. You can kind of adapt and evolve over time by monitoring things in that general channel. So in addition to these 3 super basic channels, I'd also recommend starting really small with just 2 or 3 specialized channels that are focused on delivering on the value you defined in the previous step. And I think that's important there. These channels should focus on delivering on the value that you defined in the previous step. So you don't want to waste your time creating 45 different channels, so it's like some kind of general convenience store kind of thing where you can have channels about movies and films and TV and stuff. And like if your fans aren't interested in all those things, don't even use them to start. Focus on what's actually going to provide value and using that first step, what defines value. So remember that you can always add more channels over time, so you can always add those TV and film channels later, and that you should focus on starting small with a select grouping of channels that you will actually be able to engage with and ultimately kind of move towards your ultimate goal as a creator. So if one of the values you defined was to provide early access, then you can create an early access channel. If one of the values you defined was to provide behind the scenes content, then you can create a behind the scenes channel. Here's an example of the channels I created when starting my own Discord server. So in addition to welcome rules in general, I have unreleased tracks, DJ mixes, and works in progress. So my focus was on early access and behind the scenes, and because I freely release 2 different types of content, which are music, so it's unreleased tracks that I release weekly, as well as monthly like full releases on Spotify, as well as these like DJ mixes that are like 30 to 60 minutes, and I put clips of that on social media. So I created a early access channel for these 2 types of content, and in addition to that, a behind the scenes kind of work in progress channel as well. So starting small is key here. The next step is to map out your initial Discord roles. So Discord allows you to create roles for your members that give them a predefined set of permissions, such as being able to view channels, message on channels, moderate conversations, etc. This is how you can create different moderators to moderate the conversations, make sure people are obeying the rules. And it's also how you can do things like have private channels, so only if you're at a specific role, you can see a specific private channel. You can also name these roles anything you want, which gives you a great opportunity to be creative or to have some kind of like theme that's going throughout your Discord server. In addition to the basic roles for administrators, which would be you, moderators, which are people that are moderating the conversations, and any bots you install, you will want to have some roles for your actual members as well, of course. And again, here I'd recommend starting simple with just 2 or 3 different roles for your members. For my Discord server, I started with a role for members that join for free. You can see at the bottom here, it says club members and it's in blue. Then I also have a tier for members that are paying for a membership, which is called club supporters, since they're actually supporting my best friend's club. And then another one for members that are part of my music marketing membership program called Music Marketers. So when anybody's in one of these groups, everybody can see that this is a music marketer role person. This is a person who has club supporters, so they know that, wow, this is actually somebody that's financially supporting this artist, so they get to kind of have that badge of honor, which is what I want to talk about next here. So start small and simple when planning out your Discord roles, but also remember that these roles can also be seen as badges of honor, and they even like kind of look like badges. So the role of a member is publicly displayed throughout the server as they're commenting and interacting, all that stuff. Everybody can see what role everybody has. So anyone that has a higher role will be seen as more special or awesome, that kind of thing. So definitely something good to know when you're creating your roles, that it can have that effect. The next step is to figure out how members will discover your Discord server in the first place. And this is a pretty important role to figure out before actually getting started. So an incredibly important step to consider before even starting your Discord server is clearly defining how potential members will discover your Discord server in the first place. Discord has very few features for people to find your server, meaning it's completely up to you to do all of the work of bringing people over to your Discord server, and then the work is up to you convincing them to sign up and actually join the Discord server. So the best way to get Discord members is to first build an audience and community around your art or creative endeavor off of Discord and to freely provide that audience and community with overwhelming value. Although you can do this by paying for ads or being that really annoying person that goes around messaging random people to join, I found that the most effective way is to consistently release new social media content for free by combining a recurring content strategy with a content calendar. So a recurring content strategy is simply a defined structure of different content types that you release on a regular schedule. So things like posting performance videos on Mondays, unreleased songs on Wednesdays, and promotional content for new releases on Fridays. Moving beyond that, a content calendar simply takes the content you've mapped out with your recurring content strategy and plots out when exactly each piece of content will go live, where it's going to go live, say Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and it puts it on a calendar, like an actual calendar, so that you can actually follow your plan. The best part about this is this strategy is not only effective in getting your first Discord members, but it's also an effective strategy to continuously grow your Discord server over time. So if you want to learn more about this, I'd highly recommend checking out this video that I've created right above here. It's called How to Get Patreon Supporters and an Audience That Supports Your Art. And although I mentioned Patreon as the example in that video, the strategies and tactics can apply to any paid membership program. So it's basically how you can get supporters for any paid program. And since it's for any paid program, it can definitely be applied to getting people over to something free like a Discord server if you're choosing to make your Discord server free, which is a topic for another day. Step 5 is creating and launching your Discord server. So once you've thought out, planned, and mapped out what your Discord server will look like, it's now time for the easiest part, which is actually creating and launching your Discord server. So here are some basic steps to do just that. One is to sign up for a Discord account. Next is to click on the plus icon on the left to create a server. Then you're going to want to fill in the basics of your server, the name, the profile picture, that kind of stuff. Then you're going to create your channels, create your Discord roles, and then you're ready to actually start promoting this thing. So at this point, you can also customize the look of your channel a bit further by placing your channel under different categories or like making each channel have emojis, that kind of thing. And you can also add in a server management bot like something like Me6. One type of bot that you may want to consider is a membership or subscription bot so that you can lock certain channels so that only paying members can see them. If you want to learn a little bit more about this, I have a video about Discord memberships and subscriptions, which you can check out right above. So once you have a basic first build of your Discord server, you can click on your server name at the top left and then select invite people to grab your server invite link. Then what you're going to want to do is add the server invite link to your social media profiles and link in bio pages if you have those, and then start mentioning your Discord server in the content that you're already posting on social media. In addition to passively mentioning your Discord at the end of videos, in video descriptions, or at the bottom of your social media post captions, you should also consider lightly mentioning it to anyone that messages you directly. Anyone messaging you is clearly interested in engaging more, so you can mention that you don't spend a lot of time on Instagram or whatever the social media platform is, but if they would like to continue the conversation, your Discord server is where you actually spend the majority of your time. Don't be too pushy, just mention that your Discord server is the place you focus your time and energy on engaging with your community, since it's your own safe space and all that kind of nice stuff. Moving beyond that, I just want to go over some additional tips that you can use when promoting your Discord server. So here are 6 tips that you should consider when trying to get more Discord members as an artist, musician, or creator. First is no selling, which is kind of what I just mentioned, but don't be pushy by directly asking people to join your Discord. Instead, you should allow potential members to make the decision to support you themselves based on the value you are already providing to the world with your freely available content. So kind of let them come to you instead. Second is mention your Discord everywhere, but with a light touch. So lightly mention your Discord at the end of your content, during your content, if it's relevant to do so, and in things like at the bottom of email signatures, YouTube descriptions, and the captions in social posts. Third is personalized messages. So mentioned this already, but when having natural conversations with your supporters, it can be a good idea to lightly mention in your Discord if signing up is relevant to the conversation you are having and can actually be valuable to that person in some way. Next is limited time promotion, so you can consider offering a special bonus for anyone who signs up over the next few days, or a giveaway for a prize for anyone that is signed up for your Discord for that month. Next, you can ask your audience for help. So a really useful way to figure out what you should do or offer to your Discord that will make potential members want to sign up is to simply ask your current members or any potential members that currently engage with you on social media, email, and all that kind of stuff. And lastly is Facebook advertising. Although you can use Facebook ads to reach people who may be interested in joining your Discord, what I would recommend doing here is using ads to target people who have already showed an interest in you by using retargeting ads, which are custom audiences, lookalike audiences, those kinds of things. That would be the tactic there. I wouldn't just do like cold call Facebook ads, basically. And I can always do a video on that in another topic, because that's kind of how I got quite a big Spotify boost, basically. So that is a big overview of how you can get set up with a Discord as a musician or a music artist. If you want to check out this guide here, you are free to do so. I'll also put a link in the description. But other than that, that's basically it. If you like this video, if you found it useful, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video, and good luck on creating a Discord for your creative endeavor, whatever you're up to. I hope you crush it. See you then. Have a good one.